So we were just talking about extinction and extinction bursts. So extinction is when we try to pair a behavior with a consequence. So say it's a dog jumping and they jump up to get attention. If you yell at them or push them down, you're giving them reinforcement. So to extinguish it, sometimes are instructed to withhold attention. So when the dog jumps up, they don't get what they want. And some dogs will start biting or doing something that you can't ignore. And then that is just an alternative way to get the same result. But some dogs will just jump more and more and more and more and get kind of crazy. So that's an extinction burst, where the behavior suddenly increases in frequency to try to get the result that they expect. So
and is that the equivalent of pushing the elevator button? Like if the elevator doesn't come in the lobby, some people just push it over and over and over again?
Yes, exactly.
And if that doesn't work, some people will take the stairs, and that's an example of...
that's like when the dog bites. Like, I'm going to try
something else.
Another way to get the response.
That you want. Yeah, okay.
And in this case, what I'm doing is withholding the reinforcement, because I'm trying to get her to push the elevator button more frequently or jump more frequently. In this case, obviously step in more frequently. So I'm trying to get a little bit of that extinction burst, and then I'm going to reinforce that randomly. So the idea is, a good one is cats. So if your cat is meowing in the middle of the night and you ignore it, and then eventually you get up because you can't stand it anymore and you give it attention, some cats will learn, well, if I'm persistent, then you'll eventually cave, because humans always cave.
That's like every cat in our house.
Yeah, right? And so if you ignored it for the first night, if you had waited the 3 hours, then it would be done. But if you wait 2 hours and 45 minutes, then they learn, 5 hours, so I can do it for 5 hours. And then we're inadvertently teaching persistence.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm trying to do is get her to increase the behavior, and then I'm going to randomly reinforce it in order to get persistence. Because what I want is her to push the elevator button and say, hey, why isn't this working? Come on.
Mm-hmm.
So I want her to step in and say, hey, where's the food? So she steps in more and more. So by reducing the frequency of food, we can increase the frequency of behavior.
Now, is that related at all to intermittent reward, or is that something else?
Yes.
Because I do understand that concept.
Yes. And so there's random and there's intermittent, and there's different ratios that you can do for reinforcement. And I like random. So it's not contingent on their behavior.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not contingent on like a certain amount of time passing or a certain number of behaviors before we give the reinforcer. It's random. So do the behavior and I'll randomly reinforce it. So maybe she has to step in 5 times and I give her a piece of food. Then the next time she has to step in 20 times and then I'll give her a piece of food. So she learns, keep doing it until I get the food.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.